Michigan's Derrick Moore calls Ohio State's national title not a real win. Big Ten Rivalry 2025. Imagine a national title without the satisfaction of defeating your arch rivals. That's precisely the sentiment expressed by Michigan defensive end Derrick Moore regarding Ohio State's recent championship win. Moore jokingly suggested that the Buckeyes title wasn't a real win because they didn't beat Michigan in their path to victory. Let's dive into this intriguing rivalry and the forthcoming season. Last season ended with a thrilling finale as Michigan stunned Ohio State 13-10 in Columbus, marking their fourth consecutive win in the rivalry. Despite this loss, Ohio State bounced back strongly in the inaugural 12-team playoff, winning 4 straight games to secure their first national title in a decade. Michigan, on the other hand, claimed the title in the final year of the 4-team playoff format in 2023. Moore's comments echoed a mix of humor and competitiveness. He mentioned that if the playoff format hadn't expanded, Ohio State wouldn't have won. He also added that Michigan's initial victory helped Ohio State build momentum for the rest of their season. Moore acknowledged that after losing to Michigan, the Buckeyes dominated their opponents, but he felt that the title was somewhat easy due to the absence of a direct clash with Michigan in the playoffs. However, Michigan coach Sherrone Moore took a more diplomatic stance, giving full credit to Ohio State for their championship. He emphasized that the Buckeyes were the best team at the end of the season and well deserving of their title. The rivalry between Michigan and Ohio State is legendary, often filled with intense moments like the post-game brawl last season. When Michigan players celebrated on the Block O logo at Ohio Stadium, a skirmish broke out that required police intervention. Moore reflected on this incident, suggesting that while it was regrettable, it also highlighted the passion and intensity of the rivalry. In another twist, Ohio State Rep Josh Williams introduced a bill last December to classify flag planting at Ohio Stadium as a felony, which Moore found amusing. His coach, Sherrone Moore, vowed that there would be no more flag planting in future games. As the teams prepare to face each other on November 29 in Ann Arbor, the stage is set for another electrifying encounter. The question remains, will Ohio State prove their title was indeed a real win by defeating Michigan this season? But here's where it gets controversial. What does it truly mean to earn a national title without besting your fiercest rivals? And this is the part most people miss: the psychological impact of such a rivalry on the players and the fans. The stakes are high, and the pressure to perform is immense. So we ask you, do you think a national championship without beating your arch rivals is truly fulfilling? Or is it just a hollow victory? Michigan's Derrick Moore throws shade at Ohio State's national title. Michigan's defensive end Derrick Moore has raised eyebrows by suggesting that Ohio State's national championship should come with an asterisk. During the Big Ten Media Days held on Thursday, Moore expressed his belief that the Buckeyes title isn't a real win since they suffered a defeat against Michigan, losing 13-10 in November. "I'll give them credit for their victory. However, it's not a genuine win if they didn't beat us," Moore stated. He added, "I'll acknowledge their achievement, but this year things are going to be different." In the Wolverines' triumph over Ohio State, Moore played a pivotal role, contributing a pass breakup. Despite this, he pointed out that this did not prevent the Buckeyes from advancing to the college football playoff. He believes that his team played a significant role in boosting Ohio State's journey to the national title. If the playoff expansion hadn't occurred, they wouldn't have secured the national championship, Moore remarked. "We see it as, hey, you had an easy path. We helped you along the way, essentially rebuilding you. But after that game, they did dominate every opponent they faced, so I must give them credit for that." Echoing Moore's sentiments, Michigan's coach, Sherrone Moore, acknowledged Ohio State's deserving status as national champions. "They won. They earned the national title. They were the best team at the end of the season, and I commend them for that. They truly deserved it and played exceptionally well, so hats off for them." These remarks from both Moores add to the ongoing rivalry and tension between the two teams. Just weeks prior, Ohio State wide receiver Jeremiah Smith boldly declared that he would never lose to Michigan again. When asked about Smith's comments, Derrick Moore responded, "I don't have much to say about it. All I can say is see you in November. If that's how he feels, that's his opinion. But when November arrives and it's game time, we'll see what happens then." Derrick Moore was also involved in the controversial flag planting incident at midfield, which he confirmed on Thursday, although he clarified that he did not actually plant the flag. A brawl erupted between the Wolverines and Buckeyes during the playing of Carmen, Ohio, as Ohio State players attempted to intervene and ultimately tore the flag from its pole. Both teams faced a fine of $100,000 for their roles in the altercation. I was just trying to run around the field with the flag, and while doing so, I got pushed and things escalated. I ended up talking some trash, and before I knew it, the flag slipped from my grasp, leading to the scuffle, Derrick Moore recounted. Looking back, I have mixed feelings about it. I believe I could have handled it better as a leader, focusing on celebrating with my teammates instead. However, I also think that this rivalry and the atmosphere surrounding it are what draw people to Michigan and Ohio State. I believe this will set the stage for an exciting season ahead. Moore also shared his thoughts on a proposed law in Ohio that aims to make flag planting a felony. It's quite absurd. For an entire month, they had a picture of me with the flag on the field, captioned as criminal or something similar. I thought, wow, I'm a criminal now just for running around with a flag? It's honestly ridiculous. But hey, that's just Ohio for you. The highly anticipated rematch between Ohio State and Michigan is set to take place in Ann Arbor on November 29th.